What's up, beautiful people? It's your boy Judeo. Today we're going to be talking about something that I think might be very interesting for all of us. So recently, I don't know if you guys have been following the news. I think Uganda wanted some aid from the United States, and the United States said they can only provide the aid if Uganda legalizes LGBTQ. And in that process of while that was going on, the president went on to even stamp it on the law, like further stamp it on the law that this is completely illegal in every form and manner. In this video, the author says America is mad, so we're going to be checking out how mad they really are. Let's get to it.
Uganda just passed a law that made homosexuality illegal, and the many corrupt Western leaders and their allies are panicking.
Panicking.
In our country, we will have our morals. We will protect our children. And we are making this law. We are making this law for ourselves. We are making this law for our children. We are making this law for the children of our children. This country will stand firm. And once it passed, I can tell you, Madam Speaker, we are going to reinforce the law enforcement officers to make sure that homosexuals have no space in Uganda.
Same-sex
This is more like war against them.
relations are already illegal in Uganda and over 30 other African countries. The new law would introduce steep sentences, life in prison for same-sex relations, and the death penalty for aggravated homosexuality, which according to the bill involves gay sex with people under 18 or when the perpetrator is HIV positive, among other categories.
As you might have expected, the Western countries, led by America, are swiftly condemning this bill and are already dishing out the threats should Uganda sign the bill into law.
The bill is one of the most extreme anti-LGBTQI+ laws in the world. If the
it's not LGBTQI, LGBTQIAA+. Call it right, please.
AHA is signed into law and enacted, it would impinge upon universal human rights, jeopardize progress in the fight against HIV/AIDS, deter tourism, and invest in Uganda and damage Uganda's international reputation.
Parliament passing it, it still has some process to go here. We're certainly watching this real closely, and we would have to take a look at whether or not there might be repercussions that we would have to take, perhaps in an economic way, should this law actually get passed and enacted. That would be really unfortunate because so much of the economic assistance that we provide Uganda is health assistance, and largely through PEPFAR. You can see a world in which a law like this, should it be enacted, would not only, as Karine rightly said, just be devastating to a whole community of people inside Uganda, but if it were to have any kind of an effect on our economic assistance, that would only make that worse. So we'll have to take a look.
I want to begin by taking a look
Trudeau made a statement
in the absolute strongest terms. The despicable law put forward by the Ugandan government discriminating against the 2S LGBTQI+ community. This is something that Canada totally and completely stands against. We will be looking at how we can support the community in Uganda as we continue to stand for 2S LGBTQI+ rights in Canada and around the world. And we call upon all leaders, including all leaders around the world, but particularly Commonwealth leaders, to come out and clearly condemn this despicable piece of legislation.
This is how far America and other Western countries can go to bully a sovereign country into yielding to their demonic agenda.
Nobody concentrates so much on homosexuals. Nobody is hunting them. But because they come and want to force us to say homosexuality, oh yeah.
I said the same thing, that this thing is just the reaction to the action. In Africa, I'm African, so I know these things. People are not actively searching and hurting homosexuals. Like, for the most part, people don't really care about sexuality because we don't practice so much of how is it called? Is it open affection? Something like that. We don't practice that, so you don't even know anybody's sexuality. So people are not searching, we're not hunting. But I feel like the problem here was America telling Uganda that you have to make this legal before we can provide more aid. It's kind of like a slap on the face, like, you want to tell me what to do? You know? So they are making the law now to say, you can't tell me what to do, I'll do what I want. That's basically why this law was made. So yeah,
that's how you get now a backlash. They are the ones who are provoking all this.
You see?
Our attitude on homosexuality is that these are deviants. They are deviants from the normal. There is the normal, there is the deviation from the normal. But you don't kill. The deviation from normal is also part of nature. Mm-hmm. You can get somebody born with 6 fingers instead of 5. You can't kill him. But then you don't go around and say, oh, this That's one, normal. The deviation is the normal. It is the provocation by the Western countries.
When a nation like the US threatens to impose economic sanctions on another nation because of LGBTQ rights, it goes to show how Satan is using these ungodly elected officials, government appointees, and employees to intimidate and punish a country for making...
Is this a religious channel? Let me see the name. Vision Unsealed. Sounding very religious.
A law they believe is in the interest of their citizens.
Let's talk more about that, Roland. What are the dangers and ramifications of passing this bill, or rather criminalizing LGBTQ relationships, both for the community and also for our country?
One, as I mentioned, discrimination is that once we criminalize LGBTI activities, one, you find that this community will not be free to go to look for services, because already you have already said that we don't identify you, and this includes health services. It includes services such as LGBTI community going to hospitals for treatment, because one, if the treatment is related to, for instance, issues that affect their sexual health, then you find that these persons may face some kind of discrimination.
Every person without God is in a dire mental condition. Doesn't mean their rational faculties are not functioning, but it does mean that they are in the kingdom of darkness, right? It does mean that they are under the power of the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now works in the children of disobedience. So we have to understand that anyone who is not a believer is operating in some sense with a demonic influence. It may be external, coming at them through the culture, but there's some...
Okay guys, I think we're going to end the video right there. Okay, so that was a very good video by Vision Unsealed. As always, I'll put the link to their channel in the description. But I want to know what you guys think. So tell me what you think about everything said right there. For me personally, I feel like this was provoked by the American government, because if you didn't have to approach assisting Uganda in that manner, they probably won't have the need to, put those laws in place. Because I don't think this community was disturbing anybody or causing any problems to the people of Uganda. They wouldn't be needed. It wouldn't be a priority for them to make the law, So America provoked this. So I'll blame it on America. Blame it on the government of America. Let me know your thoughts on that. And also, if there's anything I said wrong or anything anybody said wrong, feel free to correct us or add to what we've said. That being said, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a wonderful day. Peace.